Good morning. This morning we are going to be working on Unit 9, Lesson 4. By the end of this lesson, we are going to be able to say that we can partition a shape into thirds. We can also shade in part of a shape to match the fraction. This week we've been talking about fractions. Fractions show equal parts of a whole. Yesterday we talked about partitioning our whole into two parts. Who remembers what each part is called? Halves. Today we are going to talk about partitioning our whole into three parts. Earlier in the week, I told you about the time my friends came over and we had just one cookie left. I split the cookie into three parts, but my friends didn't think it was fair. Remember, I got this part of the cookie and my friends each got one of these parts? Do you remember if my friends were happy, and if they were happy, why? Or if they weren't happy, why not? My friends were not happy because we did not separate this cookie into equal parts. Well, my friends came over again yesterday. Once again, we had only one cookie left. This time, I broke the cookie like this. I kept one piece and gave each of my friends a piece. Do you think my friends were happy this time? They sure were. How many parts did I split my cookie into? Each piece of the cookie is a third. I have 1/3, my friend has 1/3, and my other friend has 1/3. If one of my friends gives me their part of the cookie, how much do I have now? So I would have my 1/3 plus my friend's 1/3. I would have 2/3 of the cookie. So we're going to practice this. I have 1, 2, 3 parts in my whole and one part shaded in. What is my fraction? You're going to click in the box and type the fraction to show what we see in this shape. Oops. Next, we're going to look at the shape. We have 1, 2, 3, and then how many parts are shaded in? Remember, how many parts are shaded in is my numerator. It goes on top. Those are the number of parts that I'm talking about. And then my denominator is how many parts do I have all together? And that goes on the bottom. So you'll look at each one and type the fraction in the box. Okay, so before we start our independent practice page, we're just going to review what we've talked about this week with fractions. So a fraction shows equal parts of a whole. Here we have one whole, all of the parts of one shape or group. Here we have 1/2. That means it's split into two equal parts. We call those halves, 1/2, 2/2, or half of. Next, we have thirds. That means it is split into three equal parts. We can call those thirds, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, or we could say a third of. For your independent practice page today, you're going to complete lesson 9.4. This page was sent home with you in your packet. You are going to partition each shape into thirds. Then, using the fraction, you're going to shade in the correct number of thirds. So now what you're going to do on your page is take your pencil and you're going to draw lines on each shape to cut it into three equal pieces. Then you will see underneath how many pieces you need to shade in. On the bottom of your independent practice page, you are going to cut each shape out down below and determine if the shape shows 1/2, 1/3, or 2/3. So make sure you're paying attention. You're going to cut out each picture and match it to the correct category. So you're going to put it in the correct row. 1/2, 1/3, and 2/3. Then you can take a brain break. You will now complete your math lesson slides on your assignment slideshow and